Hey guys, this is Kunal and welcome to my channel. So hope you guys are doing good. So today we are going to discuss about document understanding using machine learning extractor, and we are going to extract details from an invoice. So let's get started. So before we start our development, we need to install few packages, and these are the packages that we are going to use. So one is our intelligent OCR activities. Another one we are going to use, as we want to use the machine learning extractor, so we have to install document understanding.ml.activities package as well. And in this project we are going to use omni page OCR, so we need the omni page activity as a package as well. So after you install the intelligent OCR package, you will get an option called taxonomy manager in your studio. So before we move to that, so let's take a look of the invoice that we are going to use. So this is the invoice that we are going to use for this project, and we are going to extract various details from this invoice, like bill to, ship to, vendor name, invoice number, invoice date, PO number, and also we are going to extract these item details from this table, and also we are going to extract the total amount. So let's see how we are creating a taxonomy for that. So let's go to the taxonomy manager. Yeah, so the taxonomy manager is loaded now. So if you see, I have already created a template just to save time, but you can create a new one as per your requirement. So this is the group which I have created, like vendor invoice processing, and accounts payable is the category. Inside that I have created a document type called vendor invoice. Here if you see, I have created these many fields like vendor name, vendor address, bill to, ship to, invoice date, invoice number, PO number, total amount, and items. So if you see in the items details table, it's of type table, and these are the different details which I am extracting from the table. So once you create this, you are good to start developing. So after that, after you create your taxonomy for a particular document type, you need to load that taxonomy. So for that there is a activity called load taxonomy. So we are going to use this. So here we need to pass the output variable which is already created here, taxonomy. Once we get the taxonomy, we need to digitize our document. So for that we need to use an activity called digitized document. So this is the activity we are going to use to digitize our document. So we need to pass all the parameters like document path. This is the path of the invoice that we are going to use for this project. Also we need to pass a string variable which will get all the text of this document, and also the document object model. So once you add this, you need to put an give and provide an OCR, and for this project we are going to use omni page OCR. Yeah, so this is the OCR that we are going to use. So once you add the digitized document activity, you need to then classify the document. So the classification is not needed every time. So as we are using this only using this project for to extract details from only one type of invoice, so the classification is not required, but for this demonstration we are adding the classification as well. So for that we need document classification scope activity first, and then we have to add the details, same details again, like document path, document text, the taxonomy, the document object model, and we need to create a variable called classification result. So after adding all these details, we need a classifier. So there are multiple types of classifier. There are keyword based classifier, there are intelligent keyword based classifier, there are machine learning based classifier, but for this project we are going to use the intelligent keywords based classifier. So let's add that. So this is the intelligent keyword based classifier. So yeah, so here we need to pass the document understanding API key. You can get this key from your automation cloud if you are using a cloud orchestrator, or else you will get the key from the vendor if you are using the on-premise AI center. So yeah, after adding all these details, we need to provide a path of a document, of a JSON file, where it will add all the details regarding the classification. For that, you need to first create a specific file, just a blank file. You can name it anything. For this case, I have named it as classifier.json. So currently, if I open this file, so you can see this is just a blank JSON file, so nothing is there in that. So yeah, you can just add this. And as this is a key intelligent keyword based classifier, we don't have to provide a keywords ourselves. It can detect a keyword by itself. We need to just provide the file that we are going to use in this project. So for that, so let's say I guess it's already directing. So yeah, it's getting that the taxonomy, the document type from the taxonomy, and we are going to add details of that document. So the document is there here. So this is the same invoice, so we can add that invoice, and we need to we can provide the OCR of our choice, whatever we want. So for this we are using again the OmniPage OCR, and you can change the details if needed. For this demo, we are not changing anything, so you can just start the training, and it will extract the details, and it will again create all the required keywords. Yeah, so as you see, it has taken many keywords from the file, and yeah, the keywords are available here. So now it will be able to classify the document. So after that, we can save this, and we are ready to go to the next step. So after we complete the classification scope, okay, yeah, so also we have to configure the classifier. So basically we have to configure like for which document type, which classifier we want to use. So for this, we are anyway we are using one classifier, so we are adding the configuring the same. So after that, again the next step is the extraction step, where we are going to extract details from this invoice. So for that, we again need data extraction scope activity, and again in this activity we need to pass the details, document path, taxonomy, document text, document object model, classification result. This is the same. So this is the list, so we need to provide the first index of that list, and then this is not needed when we are providing the classification result. So document type ID is not needed. Again, we need to create another variable here for extraction result. So once we add all these details, we need an extractor, and for this demo we are using machine learning extractor. So machine learning extractor we are adding. So here if you see, we need to provide few details called like endpoints and the machine learning key skill and the API key. So if we are using a pre-trained models provided by UiPath, we need to use provide the endpoints, and if we are using our own custom created ML skills, then in that case we can use the AI Center ML skill. So yeah, for the first time we are just now we are going to use the pre-trained models provided by UiPath, and for that we need to get the public endpoints. So these are the few endpoints. Depend upon the reason you can choose your endpoint. So we are going with Western Europe, and we are going to extract in details from the invoice, we are taking this particular endpoint. So this is the URL where you can get the all the required endpoints as per your need. So we are going to provide this endpoint here, and also we need to provide the key. So we already have that in the variable. Key, and then we need to click get capabilities. Once done, okay, took this as a, yeah. So once done, we are ready to go. And after that we need to configure the extractor. So again, for this particular document type, we are going to use the machine learning extractor itself. So if you see, for our document type, whatever fields we have created for this particular document will be visible here, and we need to map them as per our need. So we are going to map that. So these are, as I told you, that this is going to be a pre-trained model, so these fields are already available and you cannot add your custom fields for this particular case. So here we need to so for this vendor name, we are adding the field with the field name. Vendor address will be the vendor address. So build to, again, this is going to be billing name. Ship to will be the shipping address, and again, sorry, ship to will be the billing, this is going to be billing name, this is going to be billing address, okay, and this is going to be the invoice number. Sorry, this is invoice date, so it should be date, and again this is going to be the invoice number, PO number, this is going to be total, and this is the items. So once we add the items, we need to map. So this is going to be quantity, this is description, this is line amount. Yeah, looks good. So after we configure all the fields, then we can add a validation station. So if you are using an action center, you can add the create a action task activity as well to create a validation action in the action center, but for this demo we are using present validation station. So this is the activity. Again, we have to provide all the details like document path, document text, and document object model, taxonomy. Automated extraction result is the same extraction result with the previous activity, and also we need to provide the output of this extraction result will be, we need to create a new variable validated extraction result. So yeah, this activity also looks good now. So again now we need the extraction thing, so we extract details. So how we are going to do that? So for that we need an extraction activity. Yeah, so we need export extraction result activity. So here we need to pass the extraction result. So for our case, we are going to use the validated extraction result here, and it will return us a data set. So we need to provide a name, details, result, DT, or just the invoice, results, DT, details, DT. So yeah, so this data set will contains all the extraction result for us, and to export that into a CSV or Excel file, we need to use we need to create basically create for each rule. For each activity we need to use. Here we need to this is going to change as a data table, and here in value should be invoice details dt dot tables. So yeah, so after that we need to add these details into an Excel file. So let's create a CSV file, multiple CSV. So we are using write CSV. Here we need to provide a path. So let's take the same path. So let's create a folder called output. Put here, and let's use this path. Slash. Okay. So we are going to name invoice data dot CSV, and we will provide path item oh sorry, I just missed place the values. Yeah, item. So this is good to go, but the extraction result may contains multiple data tables, so we need all the data tables. So let's create a counter variable or iterator. File iterator, and its type should be int. Let's good to go. Sure. So now we need to take assign it to 1. File iterator 1, and after every time we need to like assign file iterator equal to file iterator plus 1, and let's add this value in the file name. So going to be file iterator dot toString. Let's add underscore. Yeah, it looks good now. So yeah, this looks good. This is a basic setup is ready to extract details from this invoice. So let's run this project. So let's run this. So yeah, as you can see, it has classified the document properly and also extracted all the required details like vendor name, vendor address, bill to value, ship to value, invoice date, invoice number, and PO details is not extracted, so we can add this PO detail here. So we can click R, so it should be added here now. So yeah, it is added now. Now again we can see the total amount also looks good. Okay, yeah, this also looks good. The total amount, let's see the item details if that looks good. So this also looks good to me. Yeah, so we can confirm all the values which are correct. So here also let's confirm all the values that are good. Total amount, and yeah, we can now save, and it's completed. So if we go to the output folder, we should be able to see all the details that are extracted. So let's open one file. So yeah, this is the extracted details, all the extracted details you can see, which we have extracted from the table. This table is the another table, the line items, and for that there is another uh, extracted like another data table which stored those values, and this is the that details like quantity, description, and line item. So yeah, this looks good. So now let's discuss, like, this is currently for this demo we have used the document understanding library, which are pre-trained models, and we use the endpoint URL to extract these details. So how we can do it? By creating our model. So basically the main drawback of using this public endpoints provided by UiPath, that you don't have any control over these models. You cannot add your custom fields, or you cannot retrain your model in case it's not performing accurately. So let's discuss how we can use our own ML skill that is created in the AI center. So yeah, let's do that now. So let's create an AI like ML skill in AI center. So for that, let's open the automation cloud. So let me log in to the account. Oh, what's happened? Yeah, so we are in the automation cloud, and now let's move to the AI center. So let's create a new project for now. So let me show you how you can do that. So let's name this project like auto invoice processing extraction. So after creating the project, so there are multiple steps like data sets. If you want to train your model, you need to provide the data sets. This is the label data labeling. So by default you will not get this. So in any other video where we will discuss about how to train your model, document understanding model, in that case, that time we'll discuss more about this data labeling. And for now we are directly going to import out of the box package for document understanding. So for this case we are going to use invoice packages. and in this package we are going to use the same current version, latest version, which is available. So you can add these description and details, and this option is optional and we are not going to use that for this. So once you submit, this package will be added. It will take some time to load. Oh, sorry, not provided the package name. Auto extraction, or we can say vendor invoice extraction. Vendor invoice extraction. So let's do that. After submitting, it will be added to the details. It's saying loading fail, but it's there. Yeah, but it's currently the status is undeployed, so it will take some time to deploy this. So after that, after it deploy, you need to come here. You need to create a different ML skill. This is going to be the same ML skill which will be available to us in the UiPath Studio. So let's give a name like vendor invoice extraction. We'll choose a package vendor invoice extraction, and again we will provide the latest package which we are going to use. Minor packet will be 0 as this is new. We are not providing any skill description. Currently we don't have a AI robot pro license, so we cannot use the GPU, so that's why we are not enabling that as well. And let's create the package now. So once you create a package, the status will be currently deploying. So after some time it will be like it will deploy, the status will be completed. It will change the status. So there is a background script which is running at the UiPath servers to deploy this package. So by then let's use the package which has already created. So for this demo we are going to use auto invoice extraction package, and as you come here, if you can see, like vendor invoice extraction is already there, and it is like deploying. So yeah, let's go to there. Let's wait for it to deploy. It's currently deploying. So yeah, so I think there is some issue because my previously created project is also showing deploying, but it is already deployed and we can use that. So for that we can now just remove this endpoint URLs to use the ML skill, and we can directly select the skill which we have created in the AI center, and we are going to use this skill instead of the pre-trained model. So let's run the project again and let's see the result this time. So the other steps like configuring fields and all other steps are going to be the same, so that's why we are not doing that again. But if you are directly doing using the ML skill for the first time from the start, you need to perform all the other steps like configuring all the fields. So basically whenever you configure, you create a ML skill using the out of the box package, the pre-trained model will already automatically will be loaded. But yeah, you can retrain that model, and you have the capability to create custom fields if needed. So yeah, as you can see, it has still like extracted all the required details from the invoice as expected. So yeah, this looks good. So looks like this time it has extracted the PO number, because if you remember the last time when we used the pre-trained model, it was not. But yeah, this time it was able to, it is able to extract the details. So yeah, that's good. Also let's see again the details here. This also looks good. So yeah, just save it, and yeah, it's done. It has created all the details again. You see that is just all are the latest files. So yeah guys, that's how you can use. So yeah, the configuration part which I missed was the same, like it's going to be the same. You still have to map all the fields with the model fields, pre-existing model fields. So yeah, that's how we can use machine learning extractor using the both the ways, either by using the publicly available endpoint URLs or by creating our own ML skills in the AI center. So yeah, that's it guys. In the future videos we are going to discuss how to train our own model, using our own data sets, using the data labeling option provided by the UiPath in the AI center. And we are also going to discuss how to use this functionality if you are in a hybrid model. A hybrid model in the sense, if your orchestrator is in on-premise and your AI center is on automation cloud, so directly the AI skills, ML skills will not be available in the studio. So but there is a way to use that, so that also we are going to discuss in our next video. So by then, stay tuned and hit like button if you like this video, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. So yeah, thank you guys and goodbye.